Hey, welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm Jerry, and hopefully you're having a great day. I've been doing well. Since last time I seen you guys, I have gained a grandson. My daughter and her husband, Nick, had a baby boy the day after I created the last video. So the baby will be 2 weeks old this Friday. The name, here comes another car. Garbage truck. The name of my grandson is Rayland James Benton. So we're really happy. We're excited about it. We've met him a few times now. We tried, well, actually several times. You know how grandparents are. We probably going to spoil them rotten. But cute little bugger. And so we're first-time grandparents, and we're really excited about that. What do I got here today going is what do you do with your offcuts from your wood mill? Some call them flitches, offcuts, or slab. I burn them. I have an outdoor boiler. I'll show you that. I have a central boiler. I bought it in 2004. And, you know, with the rising price of fuel, you got to do something. Now, in my outdoor boiler, I can burn about anything. It doesn't matter if it's green, pine, what have you. It burns hot enough where I don't get creosote built up. I know a lot of people say, oh, you can't burn pine. I burn pine all the time in that thing. If whatever I have, I burn it. This is mostly, there is a little bit of pine in here, but I'm going to cut this a little bit smaller for one of my deer camp cabins. I can only put 18-inch boards in that little wood stove. So I'm going to cut these small, and I'm going to use these because today's the 9th. We're 6 days away from gun season in Michigan, and it's a pretty big deal in Michigan here. I don't know where you're at, if it is or not, but in Michigan, November 15th is kind of like a holiday. In fact, a lot of the schools used to take it off, not so much any longer, but my wife used to get Deer Day off as a school teacher. So I'm going to deal with these. I've got these bunks 2 foot apart, so I'm gonna nip them off. I'm going to just eyeball 18, and I'm going to load up a trailer. Now, one of these rackfuls I have here, this thing's racked pretty bad too, leaning, racked. The rack is racked. One of these rackfuls will usually fill up my trailer. So I'm going to get this cut up, and that trailer will last me a week in my wood stove, my outdoor boiler. You know, and we're heating a pretty big place. We heat about 6,000 square feet, and propane is just not an option any longer. You know, it's pretty expensive. And we were going through a 500-gallon propane tank every 6 to 8 weeks prior to us putting that in 2004. So it's been a great addition. I only fill up one propane tank once a year. And now that I have the sawmill, you know, I'm not going to have to hopefully go out in the woods and cut windblown down and, you know, old limbs and stuff like that down all the time. So this is going to be handy. I know last winter I got the mill last year in October, so I was able to use offcuts a lot last year. My woodshed's big. It's 14 by 24. So that's, I think it's 8. It works out to about 18 and a half cord I put in that woodshed, and I use a good portion of that. And this is really going to save me. So I'll burn this right out of the trailer. But like I said, this is going into one of my deer camp cabins. So we're going to get started on this. I got the steel 441C, the MS 441C, and I got my helmet on, my chaps on. So we're just going to rip this up real quick. This shouldn't take long. I wish I had a little bigger bar for doing this. One of these days I'll get a longer bar. I've got 4 different chainsaws. I'm a steel guy. I know everybody, it's like the Ford and Chevy, Dodge kind of thing. I'm a steel guy. I've always ran steels. I think I've got 4 of them, maybe 5 of them. I have a 441, 362, a 361, an 026, and an 09 arborist saw. So let's get this going. watched as I was working that saw, my chain was pretty dull. I just knocked the rakers down recently, so I'm not going to touch the rakers, but I have this Oregon chainsaw sharpener that I use exclusively on my chainsaws, and it makes my chains last a long time. Yeah, I know how to use a file, but this works so much better for me. You know, some guys they say they get a sharper chain with a file than they do with this grinder, but anyhow, I was working it hard. It jumped off the bar and I nicked up some of the oil pullers or the gauges on the bottom of the steel chain, and I had to grind some of them off. So I'm going to sharpen this chain up here and we'll get back to work. Let's get this thing adjusted. See where we're at here. Let's see, let's try this one here. You know, those Flitches get full of dirt and everything else, so this will only take a couple of minutes. Let's get this done. I try not to burn. Don't take so much that you burn the tooth. Just enough to get it sharpened. Looks like I hit something with these teeth. Wonder if there's a nail in one of those. Oh, there is a nail. Yeah, I hit a nail a couple weeks ago with the bandsaw, the mill. I bet I hit that nail in the flitch. I cut my chains at 30 degrees. If you ever run a chainsaw, you run into this. Double is not hard to deal with, but when you get 4 of them, it can be like solving a Rubik's Cube. Okay, I think I got it. Got it. I still have a little bit of cutting to do, but I'm gonna load up what I have here. Just take a few minutes. I won't have you watch the whole process. Oh, I'm gonna trip on that all day long. Okay guys, this is my outdoor boiler setup. This is all wood for the season. I try to keep about 2 years worth, and I'm going to show you around here what I've got. So I've got this is 8 foot to the top. At 7 foot, 7 feet high, the wood, it's 18.5 cord. So I'm closer to 20 cord inside. So when I had kids, I use almost the whole thing. But we have a 2-story house and we've closed off the upstairs. We have it zoned, and I only use about half this now. So only about 10 cord a year. However, show you around. What I do is I just pile a bunch of junky wood that doesn't stack real well. I put this all on the outside, some long stuff. This wood burner will take up to 4 feet. So big as I can handle them. So there's all the cutoffs. Not all of them, just a few trailer loads full from this past year. But you can see I try to pack it pretty full. So it's all the way around. I'll just give you a tour inside. Before we go inside though, let me show you how I built this. It was inspected by the county and they said it was all good. So I have the central boiler coming out the backside here. My house is right here. So the boiler's at 175 degrees. It's gonna be dark in here. Let's see what the fire looks like. I filled it up this morning, so it should be in pretty good shape. Now I know that looks like it's gonna go out. There's no blowers on these central boilers on these old style. The new ones are all catalytic converter kind of deal. They have to be almost emission free. It's soot from wood, particulate. It falls to the ground. But anyhow, it's pretty good for tonight. I won't have to touch this until probably tomorrow night. It's been pretty warm here in Michigan, so too bad it wasn't blazing right now so you could see it. So guys, this kind of gives you a scale of what I have here. Like I said, the main building's 14 by 24, holds 18.5 cord at 7 feet, so close to 20 if you pack it all the way full, a little over 20. Then where the stove sits, I'm not sure how big that is. I think it sticks out 12 feet. Yeah, I think it's 12 by 12. Not 100%. I don't recall the exact dimensions on this, but it's been a good building. I built that in 2010, and I got the wood stove in 2004. And actually, when I had the wood stove, it was turned 180 degrees, so the door was facing the house, but all the wood was on the back side, so it was kind of a pain in the butt. So I rotated it 180 degrees. Now the door is facing the wood, so I got to only carry it 10 feet, 8 feet, throw it in unless we get all the way to the back. So that's how I heat it. Use the Frontier OS27 to help heat the house, and it's so far I don't see a downside to having all these flitches come off the Frontier OS27. So hey guys, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment. I'll answer the comments, and subscribe, and don't forget to tell a friend. So hey, you guys have a great day. I don't know if I'm going to be producing a couple of videos. I might skip a couple of videos during deer season just because I'm going to take some time off. It's a 2-week season. I'm off of work for 2 weeks. I'm going back after tonight. I'm going back in December. So, but all right, guys, you take care and have a great day.